The concept of a love potion has long fascinated alchemists, philosophers, and storytellers alike. It presents a fundamental paradox. If love is an emotion born of free will and natural connection, can it truly be manufactured? If it can, does it remain love, or does it become something else entirely? Love potions, as depicted in mythology and legend, are often portrayed as substances capable of inducing deep affection or obsession in the one who consumes them. The paradox arises from the contradiction between authentic emotion and artificial influence. If love is induced, does it hold the same value as love that arises spontaneously, or does it simply become a fabricated illusion? Love, as understood through philosophy and psychology, is deeply tied to the concept of free will. True love is often described as an emotion that emerges naturally, driven by personal experiences, desires, and subconscious attractions. The idea of a potion that overrides this natural process suggests a form of control rather than organic emotion. Philosophically, the love potion represents a dilemma. If love can be forced upon an individual, then it is no longer an act of personal choice. The essence of genuine love includes uncertainty, personal discovery, and emotional evolution. A love potion removes these elements, resulting in a constructed experience rather than an authentic one. A love potion, by design, does not create love in its truest sense, but rather simulates it. If a person under the influence of such a potion expresses devotion, it is not due to personal desire, but to an external force. This raises ethical and philosophical concerns. Does the affected individual retain any agency? Can a relationship formed under such conditions be considered real? Further, the absence of conflict, change, or genuine personal growth in potion-induced love removes the essential characteristics that make love meaningful. The experience may seem perfect, but its perfection itself becomes a flaw. Real relationships thrive on complexity, growth, and the unpredictability of emotions. The idea of love potions has existed for centuries, appearing in numerous cultures and legends. In Greek mythology, the tale of Tristan and Isolde revolves around a powerful love potion that binds the two lovers in an unstoppable passion, ultimately leading to their downfall. Similarly, medieval European traditions include stories of witches and alchemists crafting elixirs designed to inspire affection or manipulate emotions. Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream plays with the idea of a love potion as a comedic device, emphasizing the absurdity of artificially induced affection. Such literary and historical examples highlight a recurring theme. Love potions may appear to create love, but they often lead to unintended consequences. Modern science provides a fascinating perspective on love, examining it through the lens of chemistry and neurobiology. Love is often associated with biochemical reactions in the brain, including the release of oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. These chemicals create the sensation of attachment, pleasure, and connection between individuals. If a love potion were possible, it would likely function by stimulating or altering these chemical pathways. While science has not yet developed a true love potion, certain substances, such as pheromones or drugs that affect mood and attraction, can influence human emotions to some degree. However, the complexity of love, which involves emotional, psychological, and social factors, makes it unlikely that any single substance could fully replicate its effects. Different cultures have viewed love potions in unique ways. In some traditions, they are seen as tools of seduction and control, while in others, they represent an ultimate romantic fantasy. For instance, ancient Chinese folklore speaks of magical teas and elixirs that could create undying devotion, while indigenous tribes in South America have used natural aphrodisiacs with ceremonial significance. These cultural interpretations highlight a universal human desire to influence or secure love, revealing the deep emotional and psychological significance attached to the concept of romantic attachment. The ethical implications of a love potion raise profound moral concerns. If love is manufactured rather than freely given, does it hold any true value? Would using a love potion be akin to deception or even coercion? In philosophical debates, this question aligns with discussions of free will and autonomy. Ethical frameworks, such as Kantian ethics, emphasize the importance of treating individuals as ends in themselves rather than means to an end. In this light, using a love potion to manipulate emotions would be morally reprehensible. On the other hand, some might argue that if love potions could alleviate loneliness or suffering, they could be seen as beneficial. However, this perspective fails to address the fundamental issue. True love, by its nature, must be chosen rather than imposed. If a love potion could truly induce romantic attachment, the psychological consequences for both the giver and receiver would be significant. The individual under the potion's influence might experience cognitive dissonance, struggling to reconcile their artificially induced emotions with their natural desires. Over time, this could lead to feelings of emptiness or confusion. For the one administering the potion, the knowledge that love has been artificially created rather than genuinely earned could lead to guilt, dissatisfaction, or even a sense of unfulfilled longing. A relationship based on a fabricated emotion might ultimately lack the depth and authenticity required for long-term happiness. The paradox of the love potion lies in its fundamental contradiction. It seeks to create love while removing the very factors that make love real. By eliminating choice, unpredictability, and genuine emotional depth, the potion fails to achieve what it promises. Instead, it serves as a cautionary concept, reminding us that true love must be discovered, not manufactured. Love remains one of the few forces in existence that cannot be synthesized or controlled. Its beauty lies in its unpredictability, its risks, and the freedom it allows individuals to choose one another. The notion of a love potion, though fascinating, ultimately reinforces the idea that love, in its truest form, cannot be forced. It can only be found, nurtured, and cherished.